Hi. Good morning, guys. So, let's be so for real. Your girl, I used to have a ton of friends. A ton. Friends, like acquaintances, always. I never had a problem having friends. Never. As long as I fell in line with the role that they would give me. You see, when you're raised in an environment where you're never allowed to express yourself like I was, in a narcissistic environment where you have no present parents, and by the time I was 14, I was self-sufficient, yeah, you learn certain defense mechanisms. At 19, when I would meet a 26-year-old man who clearly was too old for me. My family, my mother never thought to protect me. No one has ever protected me. Not my whole life. So I get handed off from my narcissistic family to this asshole narcissist who would have me in his control for the next 23 years. I would get breast cancer at 36 years old, 8 years ago. Fight to survive. I had my two babies were 2 and 6 years old at the time. Yes, I was bald at one point. Believe it or not, I have one breast. While I was fighting cancer, fighting for my life, like I never saw almost nobody. It was too hard for people to see me sick. My ex-husband would control and never let anybody come and visit me, but they all thought that he was caring for me. No, I laid in bed and rotted every day while he controlled my children, I can't even. But I survived all that, I became dependent on the opioids, narcotics that they were giving me, the Percocets, and I would confide in my best friend that I couldn't get off these things. Like, I was officially addicted. My best friend to tell me only that, she'd forged stronger friendships with other people while I was gone away. Like I was on fucking vacation. And, her knowing that this is my best friend of over a decade. Her knowing that I'm an addict changes the way she feels about me because her brother's an addict, So, and I was just like, I took that too. I'm like, okay, that's her truth, and I can understand. All these things I took. A year and a half ago, I left that narcissist. I left him. I finally left him. Everybody put me in isolation. Me and my children moved up here. My family, my friends. I was so judged. Every time I tried to return back to the world of the living after cancer, I was being judged by people who, what the fuck are you judging me for? Why did I have so much friends? Because I am the most kindest, loving, down-to-earth, humble, non-judgmental person you will ever meet. So that means that lots of people have told me their secrets, their infidelities, all their skeletons. And I truly believe that they think that I would go and do them dirty because that's how they play dirty. You see, while I was gone, people counted me out, started speaking about my secrets. And when I returned to the land of the living, wow, my friends were fucking squirrely. And I would be like, what is happening? And I would be told, oh, you're too sensitive, you're too this, but yet the humiliation would continue. And then I would just fuck this. I left my husband and I never heard from anybody. I have friends who I had no other choice but to take back my abusive ex-husband. They're having affairs for decades. And they're telling me that, the way that they would always be ridiculing me, but I never ridiculed them. I should have been like, yo, you're having an affair. But I would never do that. They would always want to keep me down. And that is what the humiliation rituals are, to remind you of the broken version of yourself. When I left my ex-husband, it was about 4 months of complete isolation here. No one called me. No one reached out. And I was like, what is happening? All the people who left me alone while I was being abused, while I had cancer, while I was fighting for my life, all that shit, they were just gone. And they expected to send me like a birthday text, and I was going to be like, oh my God, thank you for texting me. No, don't tell me what they said about me. Tell me what you said to defend me. These people and their smear campaigns, I have smear campaigns going on about me in every area of my life. Little old me. Why? Why would people try to destroy me? Obviously, it's because they're threatened. Threatened by what? All that I know. All of it. And I think that I don't live in fear. These people do. Oh, they fear everything. And what they fear is what they're trying to take away from me. What they're trying to take away from me would destroy them. But, your girl doesn't think the same way, or isn't like under the influence of NPCs anymore and narcissists. So this humiliation ritual that you guys are trying to pull, it ain't gonna fucking work. And actually, I have enough time that by the time that you guys are expecting the receipt of this humiliation ritual to take place, I will have done far more to protect myself, my peace, my energy, and my children. Nobody will ever humiliate me again. Ever. And the only thing that this is going to do is allow me to speak publicly about everything that's been done to me. So, yeah, that's gonna happen. You guys think that I don't think you guys have thought this through. Like, really. My dignity and self-worth is far more important than all those frivolous things that you guys obsess over. You could get hit by a bus tomorrow. I hope that your seniority and your pension makes you sleep well at night.